So what do you do when you're a creative spirit trying to moonlight as a dentist? What do? You leave your homeland and join Cirque du Soleil, of course.
Of course. So one of the beloved clowns is joining us in studio to prove that you're never too old to follow your dreams. Welcome, Stephen Bishop.
Hello, great
So
to
glad
be here.
to have you.
Thank you.
It is awesome. So Cirque du Soleil, I mean, it has been seen by over 150 million people. They're in their 30th year, and the reputation is just amazing of Cirque. I just love every show I've seen.
Yeah, it's really fantastic. Now, you're from Australia, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
Now, how in the world did you go from being a dentist to a clown?
Well, while I was a dentist, I had a secret life, you know, a little bit secret life of Walter Mitty, where I'd sneak off after work and go and do some acts and do different shows and things like that, and then come and get mask back on and rubber gloves on and go back to work. So I always had both of the professions kind of going at the same time, but then when Cirque called me and said, do you want to come and tour and bring your family? Well, it was a no-brainer.
Wow, so they called you
Yeah.
to come and work for them. That's
Yeah.
amazing. So we call you a clown, but you're not the typical red-nosed clown with the makeup and the big shoes. So tell us a little bit about your act.
If we're kind of defining the clowning we do is more theatrical clown.
Okay.
So we try to be very close to a truth rather than be too in red nose or big shoes, that sort of thing. So we're kind of trying to be the reality in the show of wow. So we give some relief to for the audience to appreciate what it's like to be a normal person in this unreal world.
Right, well, and that's important in Cirque because we were just talking about this before the interview that, you know, if you've ever seen Cirque, it is so intense. And the performances are like, I mean, I literally, like, my mouth is on the floor. And so your role is so important for that comic relief so the audience can, like, laugh and relax for a minute.
Yeah.
Literally, when we saw it, we were laughing so hard. But there were so many areas in your performance that just pulled me in completely. So it was really amazing.
Chasing the spotlight was
That was
hilarious.
the best. Yeah, chasing the spotlight. Now, you mentioned your family earlier. But for a period of time, your family, your 4 kids and your wife actually traveled with you.
Yeah, for 8.5 years, my family toured with me. So we were living very intensely together. Verikai had its own school, actually. Cirque du Soleil for the 8.5 years had their own school. So in that school there was Georgians, Italians, Germans. There was all people from all around the world. So they had a very international education. They all speak many languages.
So a lot of the performers bring their families with them?
Yes. A lot of them did. And the older people with more established families, they tended to stay a little bit longer, so there was a real sense of community. So it was a great experience for the kids. It was amazing.
Oh, I'm sure. I mean, traveling the world and then also getting your education along the way. That's awesome.
I think it's pretty amazing, too. As a therapist, one of the things I look for is families who can really engage. So did you get closer? Were you closer?
Actually, no, that's one thing I will say. We are so close together because the dynamics of touring, you have very high highs, very low lows, and you only have each other to come together. The kids don't have a massive peer group. And actually, it's interesting, now that the kids are integrating back into society, they find a lot of disconnect actually between parents and kids, whereas for them, we're so close. We're good friends as well as being parents to our kids.
That's
awesome.
amazing. Well, I just love that you're living your dream and, you know, not fixing teeth anymore. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but very exciting job you have now, I will say. So are you going to stick around and help us, give us a little mime lesson in a little bit?
Look, I think you've got great bodies, so I think we can do
something. Did you hear that?
All right, so we'll stay tuned for that.